It's Whammo 1073, Pittsburgh number one for hip hop and R&B. Pretty Kitty on your radio. What's good in your hood? We've been talking about our youth for a lot these past couple of weeks, and sometimes not in the best of light. But today we're going to take a break from all of that noise, right? We're going to talk about our babies and something really good and positive happening for them. And I love this because I'm not going to tell my age, but I've been following Miss Dolly Parton for a long time. And let me tell you something. Dolly Parton be looking out for the babies. And it's Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Reading Ready Pittsburgh is happening. It's happening. And I have Dr. Mary Denison and I have Miss Keya Lowry in the studio with me to tell me about this amazing program for our babies. I am loving this, especially when it happens to read, when it's about reading. And I've seen it recently on TikToks where they're like, just read a book. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, just be quiet and read a book. Like, if that is the defense, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, ladies, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, my goodness. Tell me about the Reading Ready Pittsburgh, Dolly Parton's Imaginary Library, and how it landed in your laps and how it landed in our city. Somebody, I don't care who steps in. Tell me about it.
All right. Well, Reading Ready Pittsburgh originally was working just in the Mon Valley. Mm-hmm. And around the time that COVID hit our city, we were already giving books to children and having all sorts of book bag rotation programs going on. And then all of a sudden, we couldn't reach our families anymore. We couldn't get books into the homes. Kids weren't going to school or to child cares. The libraries closed. They had no way to get books. Mm-hmm. So what we did was we jumped in 2 feet and said, okay, let's mail books to kids.
Okay.
So in the Mon Valley, we started mailing books to children every month, 1 book a month for every child under the age of 5.
Like a book club.
Mm-hmm. Like a book club. Mailed directly to the homes of the children with their names on it. And we were doing that for a while. And that went great. Mm-hmm. We went from hundreds of kids to thousands of kids.
Nice.
And then in the city of Pittsburgh, something crazy happened in 2023 when the mayor, not knowing that actually he had the funding to do it, canceled the program for the city of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And at that time, the funder, who was surprised, was unhappy about that and wanted to make it keep happening.
Okay.
So the city brought it back and asked me, Reading Ready Pittsburgh, to be the organization that did it for the city of Pittsburgh as well.
Nice.
So then I grew from having like 2,000 children to having like 6,000 children that we were mailing books out
That's
to.
a lot of babies and a lot of books.
That's a lot of babies.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's way bigger now, and we're hoping for it to get way bigger than that.
Okay. And Keya, you tell me, how has this impacted your role in all of this?
Yeah, for sure. So when my baby was a baby, she's now 10, she was attending one of the daycare centers that Reading Ready serviced. And at that time, we had the Raising a Reader program, which the students got bags of books sent home every week, and they rotated the books within the red bags.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. I thought that's
pretty cool. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so there was a community day in Homestead, and I walked up to the table because I saw the logo, and it was Mary standing there. And I was like, I just want to thank you for the program that you're providing at my daughter's daycare. Like, it's amazing. I love the books. They're diverse. I love reading. She loves reading. At the time, she's like 4 or 5. And Mary says, are you signed up for Dolly Parton Imagination Library? I was like, what is that?
Dolly Parton, wait, what?
She said, well, you can get free books in the mail. I said, free in the mail? I don't have to leave? Like, sign me up.
Right.
And it felt like instantly that we started getting books in the mail. And so from that point, maybe about a year or so later, Mary and I, we stayed connected because I absolutely loved the organization. It's very important to me as a parent to make sure that, like, education's priority. Mm-hmm. And so at the time, understanding that that's the age that they soak up everything, 3, 4, 5. And so we stayed connected. She asked if I wanted to join the community council as a parent representative, and I jumped on it. Mm-hmm. And then probably about a year later, she asked if I wanted to join the board. And so now I am a board member of Reading
Nice.
Ready.
Now she's the secretary of the board.
Secretary of the board.
She's like,
Yeah, give it to me.
no.
I want it all. I want it all.
Right.
And I'm invested. I believe in our mission at Reading Ready. And Dolly Parton has made impact in my life, in my daughter's life. I
Wow.
believe that it was because of the consistency of reading. And like Mary mentioned, it was COVID. And so we couldn't go to the library. We couldn't go to the bookstores. We couldn't leave our
Right.
homes.
Yeah.
And the simple fact that these books were coming to us, and my kiddo was excited. Like, I'm getting a package
Yeah.
with my name on
They
it.
love
Yes,
that.
let's
Yeah,
go.
they
And
love
so it has made impact. My daughter entered kindergarten reading at first grade level.
Nice.
Right? And
Nice.
so and she's still advanced. And I believe that it's because of the fact that we had access to books
Yeah.
during a time where nobody had access to anything.
And it's also consistency.
Exactly.
It's something that they're expecting, and it actually happened.
Right.
And so that process is what I admire the most about it. Growing up, we had Reading Rainbow and we had Sesame Street, and there's
Yep.
still Sesame Street there, but a lot of our kids we allow our kids to detach themselves from actually reading books, and we've given them electronics and technology, and they've escaped, and now they're in this fantasy world where they're creating characters, and some of the tools have become a little bit more helpful because it gets them back into reading, but to actually hold a book and smell a book and its pages, that is something that you just can't make up. And I think every child should experience that. No?
Yeah.
And you can't compare those two experiences.
You can't.
For children who are under 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
when we're talking about little ones, we're talking about kids who need something
Yes.
to hold.
Yeah.
They need to be in a parent's lap.
Mhm.
They need to be engaging around that book.
Mm-hmm.
And that is way different than handing them an iPad and letting them flip through pages.
While you do whatever you got to do, you
And
just
it's
sit in the
too
corner and get on
easy.
the right.
It's so easy to
Right.
step away when they've got the iPad and do something else.
Right.
You can't do that with the book.
Yeah.
It's kind of a tool that forces you or helps you be the mom or the dad that you want to be.
Yeah. I like that. I raised my baby is 28. And so when I was pregnant with him, I used to read it was the Velveteen Rabbit. I read that while he was in my belly.
So he can
And then-
hear your voice.
So he can
in
hear my
there.
voice.
Yeah.
And then as he was a baby, the same book, reading it to him. And as he was growing up, Saturdays was Vaughn's day. And Vaughn always wanted to go to the bookstore, or he wanted to go to the library because there were books. I raised him on books and reading books. And I was like, you can have a book, or you can have a fun book, but then you have to pick a chapter book. So it was like a fun book he loved Naruto. And so Naruto, he's into cosplay, and he loves Japanese and
manga.
Korean languages and arts and things like that. But he also liked Harry Potter, and he liked what's the story about the kid who was on the bully square pants? I can't remember the book, but it was about the kids in school. Oh shoot,
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, I know.
Wait a minute.
To watch when I go home, I'll be like, "That's it," and I have to call you guys at home
Not
and tell you what
Diarrhea,
the book.
but Wimpy
Yes,
Kid.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And he actually thought that he was the wimpy kid, and he
Yeah.
would actually practice the things that he learned in the book, and it
Yeah.
helped him throughout school. And so that was just something that me as a parent, I took the responsibility in making sure that he had his video games, but Vaughn, we got to put the video game away and let's get into the books. Let's start read a couple of chapters.
Yeah.
And it helped him. It helped him academically. It helped him with his mind. It helped him mentally. And even today, he is still reading. Would you say that we've gotten away from that as far as families are concerned? Because we're so overwhelmed with life, right? And so we're like, just go and get on your laptop. Go ahead and get on your iPad. Is it hard to get our parents back into that mode where we have to encourage our kids to read? Because maybe we're not doing it, is it? Do you think?
So I think it's twofold. So I do believe that a lot of responsibility falls on a parent.
Yeah.
But as a parent, as a single parent at one point in time, I understand the juggle, the balance, right? Do I sacrifice time with my child to go to work, to cook dinner, to clean the house, right? And so I do think that we have to be, you mentioned it earlier, we have to be intentional about time.
Yeah.
That's one thing COVID taught us, is that time is of the essence, and that's something we can't get back. And knowing that our babies are going to grow up to be teenagers to be young adults and adults.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make sure that every moment that we have with them, that we're pouring into them so that they could be their best selves.
Okay.
And so I do think that the intentionality has to come into the home first, because we are our children's first teachers.
Okay.
Before they go to the schools, they learn from us. And it not only helps them educationally, but it also helps build the dynamics within the household,
Mm-hmm.
right? The closeness and the relationship building between parent and child, even between sibling and sibling.
Yep.
Especially if you got younger siblings. It's like, my daughter's the only child.
Mm-hmm.
But she has got brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And I have pictures, videos of her sitting with her godbrothers reading, right? And so just building that connection within the family is just as significant as making sure that they can read at a higher grade level,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to build the community, we have to build the village, we have to build the family, and it starts in the home.
And we got to make reading fun. And
We
it
do.
is fun as long as we trust it and we give it a chance. Now, Dr. Mary, what do parents get to pick the books? Like, how does that process go as far as the books being sent to them? Like,
Parents
tell me
don't
what to
get
expect
to
as a
pick
parent.
the books. They
Okay.
do not get to pick the books.
Okay.
They're sent from the Dollywood Foundation, mailed directly to them from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do get to pick, and this is brand new,
Mm-hmm.
this is news going out to the public.
Breaking
that
news.
nobody-
Breaking
breaking news
Okay.
is that in Pennsylvania, in September, you'll be able to choose between Spanish or English. So you can get your books in either language.
Nice.
So right now you can get your communication from Dolly in
Mhm.
Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
but you can also get, but you can only get your books in English. But
Okay.
in September, that will change.
Okay.
So they pick the books. They have experts who pick books that are diverse, that are developmentally appropriate,
Mm-hmm.
that are teaching, like, imagination, and that there's other people in the world
Mhm.
doing different things than you are. So everybody's experiencing, other people's lives, which is so important.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that we need to think about for the littlest kids with books is that we want to open the world to them. We don't want their world to just be their living room and the television
Right.
set. We want to open the world. And we also want them to be able to see themselves in the books.
Okay.
So that they can feel empathy for others, but they can see themselves in the stories that are happening.
Okay.
So similar to, some of these great books out there right now. One is called Jabari Jumps.
Okay.
And it's a little boy who's trying to get all of his strength and bravery together to jump off the diving board into the pool.
Okay.
And that is...
Look, you got me like, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's how the book is. And at the end, it's like, yay, you did it. So,
That helped me.
and the kids get those feelings. They may have
Yeah.
never been in a swimming
Yeah.
pool, but they can understand those feelings. And it tells them, it empowers them to have those feelings, to have experiences that maybe they never would have. Or get to see something they do all the time and see it in a book.
One thing, I remember there was an ad for Toys R Us, and it was like a Toys R Us where a kid can be a kid.
Mhm.
Reading a book, for a kid's book. So kids could just be kids, and they could just
Right.
open their imagination
Right.
and live through that. And there's so much going on out here that they're just not ready for.
Mm.
So let them get developed with the things
Yes.
that they're reading. What is the age group for the program?
You can sign up the day your baby's born.
What?
Yes. You
Okay.
can even sign up a little before that.
Okay.
If you think you're going to forget, you can let us know on the website. My baby's going to be born on this day. We'll call you and remind you to sign up. So from the time your baby's born, you get a book every month until your child turns 5. I
Aw.
also want to say
Okay.
that Dolly sends an email, a birthday video to each child on their birthday.
Come on, Miss Dolly.
Miss Dolly.
Come on, Miss Dolly.
I just had a kid come in. We have a free bookstore
Yeah, I
in
was gonna
Homestead.
mention that.
Yes.
Yeah, and at that bookstore, any child can come into the bookstore and get 3 free books
Every time.
every time, no cost.
Yeah.
So we just had a little kid come into the store and came up to us and said, Dolly sent me an email.
And that's crazy.
She sang happy birthday
Dolly Parton
to
has
me.
been around for so long. Of course, this woman just does not age at all.
Right.
And just how she gives her heart.
Yes.
And some people like Dolly Parton is like, listen, you can't hate on Miss Dolly Parton because Miss
No,
Dolly Parton
no.
has been that chick
Yep.
forever. I love her. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience, because we got to wrap up, and I could talk to you about this all the time. And I actually want to get books, but I don't have any babies, but I do have nieces and nephews, and so I want to get them. I want to get them signed up. So even if before you give the last thing, can they start now? Like even if they didn't start from birth, like can you start at any time?
Any age.
Okay.
Any age between under 5.
Under 5.
Preferably like 4.5 because it takes a couple months to get it going.
Okay.
So every child can go on our website, readingreadypittsburgh.org /DPIL, or just go on our readingreadypittsburgh.org and look under programs, and you'll see Dolly Parton's Imagination Library.
Okay.
You can just look up Pittsburgh Dolly Parton Imagination Library. I'm sure our website will show up.
Yeah.
They go on there, put their zip code in, and it will say whether they qualify or not. The people who qualify right now, the zip codes that qualify, are anybody in the city of Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Any child in the city of Pittsburgh. Any child in the South Side zip codes. Any child in the Mon Valley I'm going to go from Stowe Rocks all the way down to Clareton, including West Mifflin, and from Glassport all the way up to Rankin. Right? Rankin, Swissville.
You got me. I'm a
Mon Valley
Googler,
girl. Oh,
GPSer. So
and Penn Hills.
You tell me make a left at the McDonald's. That's how I get around. So I don't know.
And Penn Hills and Wilkinsburg.
Nice. Okay, so but that includes Penn Hills and Wilkinsburg because that's not the city.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I love that. I'm glad that we didn't leave our little cousins out from Penn Hills and Wilkinsburg.
There's a reason for that.
Love that.
Those kids need us,
Yes,
so
they
we're
do.
there.
Yes,
All right.
we do.
What else you want to add?
Other than that, it works. It works. I am a walking testimony that receiving free books in the mail helps build a child's character, helps build their imagination, helps prepare them for grade school. And do it. It's free. Who doesn't like free? Who doesn't like free?
I mean, free is in my budget right now.
And it's convenient. You don't even have to leave your house.
Yeah.
Right? And so Dolly Parton breaks barriers, right? It removes the barrier of cost. It removes the barrier of if you have transportation issues, it's coming right to your doorstep. So it works. Trust me.
You heard it from the mama. You heard it from the doctor. Listen, I appreciate you all so much. When Jenna came to me with this, I was like, absolutely, let's do it. Reading Ready Pittsburgh, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. I thank you for just answering the call, for saying yes to her. I mean, how could you not? She's awesome.
I love Mary.
I love this. We all love Dr. Mary.
Yes, we do.
Dr. Mary Denison, Miss Keya Lowry, both of you from Reading Ready Pittsburgh. Thank you so much for being what's good in our hood. And I mean, if y'all got some books, I love to read them. I mean, I could probably read them to my puppy.
Now, I will say the
baby
bookstore,
though.
you don't have to be under 5 to come to the bookstore. So my daughter goes to the bookstore at 10.
Nice.
And so there's books for all ages in the bookstore.
I love
all the
that.
way through young adults.
Yes.
Pick up a book.
Pick up
Go
a book.
pick up a book.
Right on 8th Avenue, not the waterfront.
You can't miss it.
On
you can't
8th
miss it.
Avenue.
8th Avenue is a whole strip. You got it.
Yeah.
And I think we're all spending time there now
Good.
because of the
Good.
bridge. So
Come
That's
and
right.
visit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, since you're in the neighborhood waiting anyway, why don't you just stop
hop
over
out and
there?
get a book.
Go and park your car and get you a book.
Matter of fact, you can just park it in the traffic. How about it'll still be there?
Ain't nobody going nowhere anytime soon.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies, so much for telling us what's good in your hood.
Appreciate you.
Mamo 107.3.